actually have a question about that intro.
What is that?
Did we ever have an ESPN New York news desk?
Oh, yeah. Kidding me?
No,
Back in the day, maybe 125?
Yeah,
No, you're
no, before the pandemic. Yeah, we absolutely did.
We had a desk.
Yeah, you serious?
Well,
You're embarrassing yourself.
And my family. ENN is brought to you by Security Dodge. Go see Michelle Scalisi and...
Come get some!
Yeah. You do.
That's right. I'd like to start off this ENN. No better ENN than the Friday ENN leading into the first weekend of baseball season.
Oh.
By saying good evening to Don.
McNeil should have slapped him.
And that is your new Days Without a Don rant, which we don't even keep track of the days anymore. We just put up the title of what it was.
Yeah,
That's his rant now up on the board. Don?
You're the baby.
I like that one a lot.
Strong.
I like that one. Don?
And his brother was a goaltender for the then Phoenix Coyotes. Did you know that?
Just a fun little tidbit there.
Did you know that, Anthony?
I didn't know that, no. I learned something today. How about
Sebastian, you just going to bark, little boy, or are we going to bite?
You know what? Listen, I'll be honest. I'm not saying I took the day off.
this one? I don't think you did.
But today was a day when honestly, I realize I've gotten older.
Mm-hmm.
Being a great broadcaster isn't that every day you have a memorable day and you shock the world. And some days, being a great broadcaster is knowing your role and shutting your mouth. And Don was cooking with gas today, so I sat back a lot. So these drops are just they you know what? I was worried. Did I lay back too much? These drops say no. You did the right thing.
Yep. Point. Weak.
I mean, come on. It's a historic drop day. It's looking historic.
Well, don't worry, Peter. You had your moment.
Jeff McNeil was hot. Totally different. And then Michael's now, what's your name? Don? See?
You had your time.
When I did talk, how did it go?
Jeff McNeil could be in Flub Region next year. It's probably on the short list.
Can I hear it again?
That's
I really
his
said
porn
Jeff
name.
McNeil. Jeff McNeil was hot. You're not wrong.
Jeff McNeil was hot. Peter, I got a question. How many timeouts does Natalie have left?
Oh, wow. Really?
Because I'm not giving anything away here. We're at about your 1,200 vote here, Don, and I'm not going to tell you one way or the other. 2.6% difference in the Nether Region round of 32.
You're not calling timeout with a lead, so...
Between... Let me find it.
Oh, my God. Smoke weed every day.
The closest matchup that we have today. There's still about 8 minutes left. TMKS ESPN on Twitter, round of 32. All the 4 seeds in action.
So the pervs dig the weed more. How about that, Peter?
This is, we don't know.
I don't know. I'm going to have to pull out the analytics to see what the deal is with that, to be honest with you.
Natalie, you might be out of drop madness.
Hey, look, there's
You
another
better go
one.
vote.
There goes another one.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know if it was loud enough, but you know what?
Listen, remember, Oh My God wasn't loud either. That was heavily enhanced.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Because that was your honeymoon, right? You guys changed the flight. And you didn't realize it was going to rain.
Oh,
yeah, remember
that's
I told
what
her
it
go check the weather.
Don made another drop created by Don to Lavelle's point. I mean, you got to take a look here. The amount of Don that I see in Drop Madness this year.
Oh.
Eric in Hopatcong. What's up, Eric?
Hopatcong, why we struggle? Where I'm on meth and my mom's a prostitute.
That one's in there today.
Nobody coaches me up.
There's so much you need to be checking out on our Twitter. I mean, I know you don't like Twitter anymore. It's not the same. I
hate you. I hate your guts. Well, we did get the votes today. The Miss Hatton going up against the Passon has got just 4 shy of 1,200 votes. So there's still 6 minutes left.
You know what?
And it's close.
I don't.
How many chances you get?
This is like having our votes up on Facebook 5 years ago. This is where it's going.
Well, listen, we had another option. You guys, we all talked about it. You chose to stick with this for this
We
year.
wanted it in real time.
You wanted
It's
it in real
stupid.
time.
Who cares about the real time? We
All
should have
right,
laid
well,
it.
if
We
we-
should have laid it all on the line. It's a mistake. And listen, next year,
Let's remember this moment,
let's all remember it's a learning moment.
and then maybe we can have the voting somewhere else.
All right.
I think there are ways that we can make it happen.
When you're right, you're right. You know.
But you know what? I appreciate everybody voting on Twitter, and I love the feedback that we get. People have told us about Instagram. There could be other ways that we could do it.
Oh, Instagram.
What do you wear with Kimball?
It's boring.
All right.
So much happens.
You know what else happened, guys? And there was so much going on with the Reese Hoskins and the Don rant. What disappeared for us was, not disappeared, we mentioned it, the Jets get their pass rusher back. They lose Bryce Huff to the Eagles, and they essentially traded for Hassan Reddick. Essentially, gave away Bryce Huff and a conditional 2026 third to the Eagles for Hassan Reddick.
And now you know why. Like, why did they get rid of Huff? Well, this is, I guess, why. And they are better in 2024 with him. He's a sack machine. Like, he's had 58 sacks in his career. He back-to-back Pro Bowls he's coming off of. Philadelphia can think a little bit more long-term. Is there any more example of the Jets being all in this year than the decisions they've made in the offseason?
No. I mean, they're clearly all in. You want to hear about the condition for this pick, Don? If Reddick reaches 67.5% playtime and 10 sacks, the 2026 third becomes a 2026 second. I think there's a likelihood. If this this season goes the way they want it to, I think they'll be giving a 2026 second.
You know what's overused and overrated compared to the Jets, Peter? Is the whole the Yankees have to win this year with Soto because they might lose him. It pales in comparison to how much the Jets have to win in 2024. Not just because of the age of Rodgers, but the decisions that they've made, how all in they are this year. Now, I don't know if they're going to do it because even with all these acquisitions, they still have a beast of a division and a beast of a conference to get through. But I think the pressure on them to win with the clock ticking on Rodgers is way greater than what the Yankees are feeling with Soto, because I think there's a chance they can re-sign Soto, and it's not like the Yankees really gave up that much of their future to acquire Soto. So I think the pressure's way more on the Jets, don't you?
So last year we didn't say, we may have said it once, but then we backtracked and said it's championship or bust for the Jets. Don, do you believe that this year it's championship or bust?
Well, yeah, because they seem to be acting like there's no 2025, right?
Okay. I mean, look, they're improving in every area that they needed to improve. Now, I think it was Rick this morning on DNR, our great morning show. You could hear every day, Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, that he said he wanted the Jets to get a pass rusher in the draft.
Bang.
Well, they don't need one now.
No.
So back to Brock Bowers?
Yes.
At 10?
Now it seems more plausible now.
Or do you go O-lineman?
The problem with the O-lineman that you're going to get, is he going to start? It kind of feels like the O-lineman is more of a future move. They seem to be in now.
But what if Smith gets hurt? What if Moses gets hurt?
Well, that's the logic I heard. I think it was Rick that brought it up. It's like because he can't practice, that you can draft the lineman who will practice for him and almost be like a starter at Jace kind of. There could be a load management situation where he can kind of jump in, where he becomes like a combination platter for that particular position. But it's also missing an opportunity to acquire another weapon, because the tight end is something they also need and can help Aaron Rodgers in the now. But you also make a good point. Injuries, you got to have depth at the offensive line. And the guy that they got has been hurt a ton this last couple of years.
This is a nice move. This is the first move that I'm going, okay, I see what you're doing here. I don't have anything nasty to say about this.
Because you know why, Peter? Because the only risk is that you're all in on this year, which you are anyway. Like you talked about the risk with the other guys because because of how long in the tooth they are and because of their injury situation. So it may not work in 2024. This should work in 2024. He's only 30. He's coming off of 11, 12 sack season?
I think I have that information for you right
Double-digit
here.
sacks the last 4 years, Don.
Yeah.
I think it was 11 or 12 this year.
And Pro Bowl
2023.
the last 2.
Yeah. No, that's what it was. You saying combo, Don, got me thinking best combo platter out of all the, what is it, Applebee's, you think?
When I hear combo platter, I only exclusively think about Chinese food.
Oh, well, you're thinking sesame chicken.
Listen, if you wanted to talk about combo platters, I should have Natalie come in here and talk to you guys, because when it comes to chain combo platters, she'll talk to you about Applebee's, she'll talk to you about Fridays, she knows them all.
See, she does the work.
She does the work.
That's important. When I ask that type of question, I'm looking for somebody to do the work.
You want someone who's doing the work. Jeff McNeil was hot.
Why was he hot, by the way?
He hit me on my right leg, which was well off of the base. I'm actually really fortunate that Beatty didn't really hit me in the chest. If he hits me in the chest there, that's one of the ugliest sides also, because I'm going to try to turn it and be going kind of towards him at the same time. And, it's already made up in his mind of what he's going to do. So it was a low throw. Just wanted to make the out once I saw the ball was a little low. Just want to catch the ball and wasn't trying to turn two there.
He's, of course, talking about Rhys Hoskins sliding into him, which now Carlos Mendoza said was a legal slide, but it was a little late. Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor back Jeff McNeil. Rhys Hoskins says that Jeff McNeil, just having played here a lot, just likes to talk when things aren't going his way. It certainly got Don upset.
Let me ask you this.
Do you expect retaliation, Don?
No, it's really hard. When?
I don't know.
You're gonna plunk them later in the game if it's a blowout tomorrow. And is that going to make you feel any better? There'll probably be a warning issued before the game, I'm sure. So whoever throws at Hoskins is going to get thrown out. I don't think Severino should do it, making his Mets debut. Mets are 0-1. Do you really want to see your starting pitcher get thrown out at the beginning of a game? No, it's not going to happen.
No.
Now, you're neutral. You don't have a dog in the fight.
No.
You're not old enough to remember the Brewers in the American League, so there's no rivalry there. Let me ask you from this standpoint.
Okay.
All right, it's a legal slide. But are you really thinking in that particular moment, I need to break up the double play, which never felt like it was going to be a double play anyway? Or do you think Hoskins was just trying to get under McNeil's skin?
Well, look, we see hockey fights on legal hits, right? So
no, but I'm saying, what do you think his intent was?
I would guess probably trying to get under his skin.
More so than breaking up the double play.
And I don't know intent.
Because I think,
and he'll say it was to break up the double play.
Because listen, if it's a 2-1 game and the Brewers are losing and it's a double play to end the game, then nobody's going to think twice about that slide because you're going to try to break it up. But in that particular moment where it didn't look like there was any chance at a double play, they're up by 2. Yeah, you want to break up the double play, but not get crazy. Like, it just felt like Hoskins was just being that guy.
It did feel like that. It wasn't. Listen, he didn't. It wasn't as bad as it could be, because sliding late and high would have been worse. So if you slide late and you're high, so you could really take out the knee. But what he did basically, Don, was give him spikes right to sort of the ankle. It's still not ideal.
And you know what? And also, we saw this with Tom Wilson with the high stick. Like, the immediate reaction was, "Whoa, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that." Like, if Hoskins, he must, unless he just didn't know it, he had to have known that he kind of went into McNeil's knee. He knew McNeil's red hot about it. Why not just get up with your hands like, "Hey, dude, my intent was not to go after your knee." Like, any response at all. It just came across like, "Yeah, I did exactly what I was trying to do." And you see the response from McNeil, "I got what I was looking to do, and now I'm just going to jog off." And if he just kept silent the rest of the way, I would not have as much a problem with it. But then the yapping in the dugout, to me, that's weak.
A little chirpy chirp.
Well, I think there's a drop that I think perfectly. Yep. Point. Weak.
You know who we haven't heard from? Uncle Steve spoke today before the game.
Oh, Stevie Cohen?
Steve Cohen on the 2024 New York Mets.
I mean, we knew there were some constraints given contracts that we're paying for that are, obviously run off at the end of next year. And so there were some money constraints, right? I mean, at some point, everyone's got a budget. But generally, I'm really pleased at what we've created. The depth on this team, we've talked about the defense is going to be so much better. And so you can imagine there'll be a lot of games that we're going to be in it. Our bullpen's deeper. And I think to play over 162 games, you need that. And so I think it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And so I think we built a club that's going to be there in September.
Welcome, Met fans. Your owner also now has a budget.
But for this season. I think there's also talking about overrated, underrated. And it's not just here, it's all over the media. That people took Cohen when he wasn't going to be all in 2024 as they were going to mail it in. That this was going to be a lost season, they were going to tank in 2024. He never said that.
No, he didn't.
He just said that they weren't going to be all in on the free agents, that they were going to kind of just keep to one-year contracts because they're looking more at 2025, that free agent class, trying to free up some money. They're paying a lot of guys that aren't even on the team anymore. They're going to try to get out from under that. Never said that they were going to be non-competitive. Never said they weren't going to try. And all of a sudden, those words got twisted into like the Mets were going to be taking a knee, and now everybody's been evaluating what they've done based off of that. Either mad that they were taking a knee, which he never said, or, well, if you're taking a knee, why are you signing J.D. Martinez? That doesn't make any sense. Why isn't Vientos play? Because he never said he was taking a knee. And now you can see how much J.D. Martinez is going to be needed because they were one hit today. So he's going to help the lineup. So it's funny how people hear what they want to hear.
Yeah, well, Cohen didn't mince words in this cut. We'll be disappointed if the team misses the playoffs.
I think the goal is to make the playoffs. I mean, pretty simple. Let's not overthink this. If we don't make the playoffs, obviously I'd be disappointed.
So there you go.
So that's it. So if he's going to be disappointed, then I'll be disappointed. So he's telling me that they could be a playoff team. Both could be true, right, Peter? Hey, we're not all in on 2024. We're going to try to get out from under some of these contracts, and we're going to be competitive, and we hope to make the playoffs. The new format with 3 wild cards makes that possible, and we're going to be all in 2025. But he said he'd be disappointed if they miss the playoffs. So I think that gives permission for Met fans to also be said disappointed if they miss the playoffs.
I don't want Don to be disappointed, Peter.
Oh, no. I'm good. I've been disappointed before. It's all right. It's sports disappointment.
Yeah, but still, we prefer you not be disappointed.
We prefer you not be
want you
disappointed.
happy.
You know what never disappoints, guys?
What's that? Drop Madness?
Drop Madness. The round 32, Flubs region, the 4 seeds in action, and I, for one, am stunned. In the Flub region,
he has weapons LaGord.
57.3 to 42.7.
I love Hootie and the Blowfish. Oh, forget it. That's the right call. Forget it.
I love Hootie and the Blowfish.
No, goodbye. All due respect, it's a good flub. LaGord? It's a new word.
I liked it. But Griffin moves on.
Yeah,
Griffin has his 2 drops make it to the Sweet 16.
Look at that. Good for
but
him.
don't feel too bad for Don, guys.
Cut his fat ass. Easy win.
They didn't even have to roll the basketballs out. 85.4 to 14.6 over the ENN Shut Your Face. A drop that, as I've told you guys, I did not have very high, but Jacob and Tom convinced me this is a winner, this is going to go far, and they've been proven right.
Where I'm on meth, and my mom's a prostitute.
The 4 seed in the Flub region dominating over...
It's a slick white orb, and it has to be rubbed up.
68.4 to 31.6.
Wow. That is interesting. Those are 2 very good drops.
Yeah. Very, very good drops. That's a good 4-5. And now, guys, the moment you've all been waiting for, 53.1. 46.9, 1,456 votes.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Natalie pulls it out over.
How about that?
Late push.
Now, full disclosure, when Anthony was saying that call timeouts, it was Natalie that had the slight lead. She added to it late, though. So
did she tweet herself?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Well, guys, more of the round of 32 on Monday. That's ENN, brought to you by Security Dodge. Shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com during their Dodge Power Shot Days, Jeep Celebration Event, and Ram Truck Month. Yankee game Monday.